Well, hello, all my fluid art friends. Let's wait for YouTube to catch up. Come on, YouTube. Any day now. I can't see the video. I don't see the chat moving. Come on, YouTube. There we go. Now watch it put an ad up. Yep, put an ad up. That's okay. That's what pays the bills. Well, good morning, Miss Pickles. I can see the chat, but I can't see the video part. There we go. Now it's up. Good morning, Miss Pickles. I was getting ready to do these this morning, and I thought I've got some stuff I've got to correct here, so I wanted to show everybody how I do it. Oh, good morning, Karen. Good morning, Tish. Good morning, Elisa. And good morning, Sally. I kind of over poured this last night. If you can see where it came over the edge and went over the lines. So I want to demold it. And I also, good morning, Marilyn. I also wanted to show you guys what happened to these. I took Naptime Creations tip about spraying alcohol on it. Just some 99% alcohol in a spray bottle. Oh, okay. Thank you, Elisa. You can always watch the replay. You might learn, I don't know, you might learn something. You might tell me I did something wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I used Naptime Creations tip to spray some alcohol over it to get rid of the bubbles without using heat. And look what it did to the white alcohol ink in there. I love this. So we will see. I'm going to demold this first to show you what I have to clean up. And then I'm going to demold these. These shouldn't need any cleaning up, except maybe the edges done. Okay. Now you want to very carefully peel away your mold. If you used any heat like I did. I didn't use that much heat last night. This is the part I'm worried about, where the little two divider sections are at. Okay, let me go back over here. There we go. That one's coming out. It's coming out, but it's still connected. Oh, good morning, Gina. Because I'm going to show you what I do when I over pour and it's all one solid piece when it's supposed to be 4 pieces. Okay, I'm very carefully, very carefully pulling the mold away from the resin, because you don't want to rip it. These things aren't that thick, so you don't want to rip it. That's why you don't want to use heat. Okay, now I'm very carefully peeling it up. Come on. See, you don't want to pull it too hard. There we go. Mold intact. Okay, let me put that over there. Now, you can see where it's connected together, okay? And this is what I usually do when I have to disconnect them. Well, you can bend it a little bit because it's not that thick. And it's also still not that set up either. But I'm just going to do just the center part with a knife, so I don't have to, I'm not going to put on my heavy gloves. I use these heavy gloves when I have to cut away anything off of a resin piece with a knife, okay? Now, you want safety first. You want to be very careful with this. This is a cutting board, so I don't cut through the paper. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my heat gun on high, and I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to heat it up, and then I'm going to heat it up from this side too. That's to make it a little bit more soft. Okay, basically I take my knife. Now you don't want to cut towards yourself. What I do is I get my knife in there, and I got gloves on so I don't get oil all over it. Oh, pizza slice. Oh, good morning, Tracy. Oh, excuse me, good evening, Tracy. And what are you still doing up, woman? There we go. You cut through it like that. Maybe I can break this one apart too. Hey, that could be done, Gina. Okay, I gotta cut through this one a little bit. You want to keep your hand on there so it doesn't move, but you don't want to you don't want to have your hand in the way in case your knife slips. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm not going to do all of it on camera, but I'm going to show you how I do the edges and how I do this stuff. So what I usually do is never use your torch. Your torch is going to cause smoke and whatnot and fumes coming up, so you don't want to use your torch and get it smoking, basically. So I'm heating that up. Now I'm gonna have to stand up to do this because I get better leverage when I'm standing up for some reason. Please take safety precautions and don't try to cut towards yourself. See how it came off? Sometimes if you got a heavy pair of scissors, okay, let's see. Anyway, I was trying to read the chat, sorry. So please, 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 when you're doing this, take safety precautions. Keep your fingers and your thumb out of the way. Do it on a cutting board so you don't cut the surface below. But you see, and then you can always, for any pieces that you can't cut off for whatever reason, I use, let me see, what is this? This is 400. I use 220 sometimes to do the edges. And you just want to do the edge and go lightly, okay? It takes a lot of work. That's why you don't want to overfill your molds. And you see my knife is going this way, so if it slipped, it would go over there. That's what you want to be very mindful of when you're cutting something like this. Okay. And you do the same thing when you overfill, and you get all that resin there too. So that will be done a little later. Now, these, I love what the alcohol did to the white alcohol ink. Oh, good morning, IG. Nice to see you. Okay, these should come out pretty easy because I didn't use that much heat at all. After I turned off the camera last night, I did a little spritz. If I saw bubbles, I did a little spritz over them. The alcohol, when you spritz it on the back of the resin, well, the top, I should say, where you see bubbles, it gets rid of the bubbles. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so I have no idea why spritzing alcohol on a resin piece gets rid of bubbles. But I'm curious to see if this came through on the front side. I hope. Okay. I usually, when I'm taking something out of a mold, I separate it. And then you know, separate all the way around the edge, and then I very, very slowly lift it up. And oh shoot, I don't see any white inside. Oh well. But I am going to tell you something. These molds do make for some shiny coasters. What I should have done, and I didn't think of it, I should have had the white down a little thicker or a little farther. Now this one wasn't filled all the way up to the edge, so this one's got a little lip on it. 220. You kind of do it very carefully on just the part you want to sand off so you don't get it everywhere else. You can also use a Dremel. No, it does not make divots. Okay, this is the one, this is the side that last night that I sprayed the alcohol on a couple of times. Not just once, a couple of times. Okay, let me see if you can see the surface, that it's smooth. Just ignore these little lips right here. Everybody knows that if you don't fill it all the way up to the edge, you get these little ridges. So basically this one's done. All I've got to do is go around and do all the edges. So that was one of the tricks I wanted to tell you about in this live, is so you can save your molds. Don't use too much heat. Okay, now let's see how this one turned out. I'm just going to unmold these. I'm not going to sand them all online. Okay, see you later, Elisa. Have a great day. Okay, there we go. Got it separated. Now I'm carefully lifting it up from the middle. Well, pulling the side so the middle releases. And this one's a little bit stuck. But you don't want to pull real hard. You want to what I'm kind of doing is I'm kind of rolling it away. And I didn't get any white on the front of this either. Okay, but this one is another one, Gina, that I did alcohol on the back, and you can see perfect except for this little lip right here, but that's what the sandpaper's for. This is my 220, oops, upside down, sorry, my 220 grit. Okay, I just take the big pieces and I cut them into 4. Don't you know how you can take a piece of sandpaper, fold it in half, and then fold it in half again? Don't do that, because you'll have 2 sides that are rubbing against each other then, and then what happens is you're losing all the sandpaper part, the grit. So you don't want to fold 2 pieces together, or 2 sides together. So, but when I cut it down into 4ths, this works pretty good. This is going to take some time, but that's okay. I will sit and watch TV and do these sandings later. But I love how these molds did it real shiny on there. Okay, last one, and I got a problem with this one. It was sitting in a puddle of, let me move this board. It was sitting in a puddle of some, I think that was part A or part B, where it had, oh, that's fine, Tish. It's not going to be that long of a live. I'm just going to unmold this one now, just to see. Although the back of it now is all sticky from the resin. So I'm trying not to touch the back and get it on my gloves. All I'm doing is just peeling it away from the sides to loosen it. And then very, very carefully pulling the mold away from the center. There we go. Okay. I will clean that guy up later. Yeah, I still got some stickiness on here. No white came through. Unfortunately, the white stayed up there. So what I think I'm going to do next time I do one of these is I'm going to put the white down, put a thin layer, put the white down, then put some more over it and put the white down. This was basically the Pinata alcohol ink, Blanco Blanco, mixed into a little bit of resin, and then it's spread out like that with the alcohol. Makes for a neat bottom, I think. But see how shiny that is? And this is another one that I sprayed alcohol on and no divots. So I'm going to give these molds an A+ for a couple of reasons. The shininess, how easy it was to pull away, but that's from not using hardly any heat. That's from using more alcohol than anything else on it. So, oops, see, I got some of the sticky residue from my glove on the back. I'll clean that up with alcohol. I gotta still sand it. So, oh, hello, I thought you were already here, Brenda. Well, hi, Brenda. Thank you very much, Gina. I am so glad that I was able to give you guys a couple of tips. And that wasn't my idea. That was Naptime Creations' idea. And so all I got to do now is heat this up, cut it away, heat this up and go around it. And then I can take my sandpaper, and you can do this with your sandpaper to get in these little grooves where you might have to do it. So anyway, thank you guys for coming out. I know I didn't plan on it being a long live. I just wanted to show you these unmolded. That's good, Brenda. You missed our purple blue resin color. It's right here. That's the velvet purple. I'm not sure which side this one, both are shiny, but this one for some reason, because I could put the clear on it. Oh, the live last night or this live? Well, it's not a very long live, so it'll be up there. It'll process and you can rewatch it very quickly. So, but thank you very much, Brenda. Thank you, Blair. Thank you all for coming out, okay? Don't forget, Artapalooza tonight at, Tish, is that 7 or 7:30 or what? I'm kind of confused as to what time you're doing it. But anyway, keep an eye on Tish's channel, The Artist Haven, for the Artapalooza tonight. It's always fun over there. You get to watch multiple artists on the same screen, the same live stream in real time. Blair, thank you for coming out. So, I won't be going live again till Saturday at 2 o'clock with my alcohol inks. And of course, there's going to be another giveaway with my alcohol inks. I got some other pictures I'm going to put away, and I got some new techniques I'm going to try that I want to show you. One of them is something that Tracy just did the other day, and I'm going to play around with it Saturday to see how it works. Anyway, so y'all have a great day. Y'all are awesome. I love the resin right out of you guys. And all I can say for now is bye. And stay safe, stay well. Okay, where is my arrow? There it is.